Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. Well, not so much good for this guy. How long have I had my truck cap now? Middle of December, middle of January, middle of February, middle of March. Which is about now, yeah, roughly 4 months. And I've sprayed this like 6 times with stuff. And it's been a nightmare. My keys stopped working and it actually stopped turning. Now, I used that dry graphite lube, and I think that was because of the salt. Was the worst thing I could have used. I think it's kind of wrecked my tumblers here. Let's see if we can get a better shot of these. One's working, this one's not. It's all seizured up, and I have already cleaned this a whole bunch, but look at all that stuff. Kind of munged up in there. Not a good thing. So I think with Canada and our salty, crappy, garbage stuff we put on our roads up here, it's actually going in further than it did before. This is the other side. I'll show you that in a moment. I haven't taken it apart yet. Hopefully I can put it back together and it still works. If not, they're only like 35 bucks or something for a pair of them. So I'm not too worried about it, but I thought I'll give it a shot, see if I can fix it first. But that pin is definitely not working. So what has to happen here is, this is in its locked position. You can see all these, show focus for us. See all these little things here that when you put your key in, it rides along with these little pin guys in there. Now, I don't think that's in all the way yet. I think it actually has to go in a little bit more to activate this other one. So it's not quite in. But if we look down on the table here, we can see how far the key's gone in. So you can kind of see that key. I think it's got to go in one more yet. And that one guy just does not want to release. But you can see the disgusting mess that dry graphite stuff did. I don't know, I think like even that's some of it here that's actually like dried hard. That and salt. We have a lot of salt, as you know, on our roads here, and it's really HE double hockey stick on this thing. That is the pin to lock this guy on, and this guy, no, sorry, that locks inside of here, I think, or something or other. Can't really remember now, but we'll get her back together hopefully safely. So what I'm going to try here is my ultrasonic cleaner. And we'll put all these parts in it, and this is actually cleaned up a lot since I took it apart, because I had to clean it up to get it apart. This part here that bolts onto the truck is actually part of the lock mechanisms in there. Never mind. So that goes on there, and it would barely turn. Now it's not too bad, but this one I haven't really done much with it. It's almost impossible to turn because it's got salted all the way down inside. Look at this mess. So that little ringy guy here, it came out not too bad with a little pry tool I had there, but I don't know if it's going to go back on alright. That'll be a kicker right there. I might get it all working and then it might not go back together, because basically that's holds everything all together. That let me think now. This goes through here. And I have to kind of bash it in, but then there's this little wee tiny spring clip guy that goes in and holds all that assembly together. Okay. And then this goes on there. And there's an O-ring. I think it went between these two guys here, if I remember right. I think that was right. And then there's a springy clip guy on there, and then this guy just kind of mushed down inside of there. So I don't know if it's all going to go back together right. Like I said, they're only like 35 bucks. I looked them up for a set of them, and then I think I'm going to use my fluid film in here after, and it keeps it kind of gummy and gooey and hopefully keeps the goop out. But they do have caps that you can get, big rubber caps that go over that whole thing, which I think should probably invest in some of them. But let's see here, this key probably won't even go in. That's as far as it'll go in there. So Ugh, really bad, eh? And I sprayed them and sprayed them. I can't believe it. So, but anyways, I'm just warming up water in the this guy here. It's going to take a little while because it's cold water right now. So, and I'm going to put this guy in, and hopefully the water and the soapy warm water will get in here and get the salt dissolved that's still in here. At least that I can get it to move more or better freely again. At least I think that has to go a little more. So I'm only going, yeah, basically to there. So I think that's definitely got to go in more. So, but anyways, we'll let that warm up, and I'll put some soap in her, and we'll give her a couple of good baths. See if I can get it back together, and if it works, if I can get that key in, because this is supposed to. So this little lock tumbler mechanism is when these things are all flat. Boy, I don't know if that one's going to move at all. When these things are all flat, there's a bunch of keyways and stuff in this thing here. So once you put your key in, it collapses those and allows you to turn this guy into this guy, and that unlocks it for you. So I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna try to resurrect it. If not, we'll just have to get us another set. Only 4 months old, but wow, can't believe it. So anyways, there we go. Let her warm up. Okay, we're steamulating here. We're just gonna put a little bit of soap in it. Help maybe loosen things up a little bit. Well, I don't know, but anyways. So put these locking clips in. That little pin's probably fine. I'll put this guy in. And we'll put this guy in. And the tumbler, we're going to put him in too. We're going to be looking specifically at that guy for dirtiness. So let's zoom in here. And we'll set for many runs. And here we go. Let's get a little more zoom in, because everything else isn't that dirty, but that tumbler is pretty dirty now. Holy. Should work pretty good, hopefully. Definitely getting some dirt out of it. Bloody freaking salt. Look at it coming out of everything else too, though. Coming out of that T-handle really good too. It's getting it all clean. Man, what a mess. One thing I don't like about living in this country is the salt that they throw on the roads. It's just ridiculous. It's working though, but we'll put the cover on and make it a little quieter. And I'll let that go for a few runs, and I'll blow it out with some air, and then we'll see if the key will work again. If not, well, there's no real point in taking the other one apart, I guess. Anyways, I'll let it run. Alright, this has been through a few cycles here. Still pretty warm. It's good the heat will help. Hopefully it'll kind of get rid of that salt that was in there and whatever other product. And when I blow it out with some air, I'm just firing up the air compressor now. Hopefully it will come clean. I don't think these are going to get any cleaner than they are, so take them out. It's definitely warm. Give them a blast. Pretty bad. It's only 4 months, and I got to take this all apart to clean this out, eh? Well, I'm thinking, poor quality. Okay, I don't think that's going to do any more than worse. Anyway, so I will take this over. Ooh, it's still pretty cruddy in there. That's not good. That's not good. So I'm going to take it over and give it a air dry anyways. Well, I'm not thinking she's looking a whole lot better. It's not good. It's going in, but There's one guy here that's just not wanting to cooperate. And I'm still not sure if it shouldn't go in further. Yeah, there we go. One guy is just being so stubborn, so that's cleared them there now. So that's good, although I don't think that one is moving yet. This one doesn't want to go down either, so yeah, she's just being a little stubborn. Oh, still a bunch of junk in it though. I can see the junk in it. Like, I've been kind of scrubbing at it with a ow, pokes you too. A little brushy guy here, but I just don't know if I can get this apart any more than it already is. Get all these tumblers and stuff out of here. Yeah, it's definitely seated in a lot more now. This one here is working good. I think you should have a nice spring like that to them, where some of them just aren't even retracting at all. Well, maybe I'll just give it a little spray of some WD-40 here too, just to lubricate it up, just to get her going here again. There's still stuff coming out of it, like holy jumping. It's actually working better now. Except that one just does not want to cooperate. Well, I'm going to stuff it back in the lock here and see if it'll actually turn. Now, I got to remember how this worked. Don't think it really matters which way they go back. Just there's a couple of notches there. There's a notch here. I think it has to go in that way. I don't know if that's right or not. Oh, I don't think I got that in right. So I got an special extraction tool. Oh, not that one. Hopefully I brought it. I did bring it. So it's a little short little guy here. Just like that. Okay, so let me think about this now. I don't know why it just feels so tight in there. Where did that key go? Yeah, it all seem to be working now. Mostly. Now I just gotta figure out which way this thing goes back in. It's gotta be this guy here. It was bent like that already. That's like the stop. it's got to go in, and well, I was going to try mushing that in. There's only two ways it can really go. Oh, boy, I might not be able to mush that back in without wrecking it. That's not good. Well, unfortunately, I think I damaged this feller when I took him out. What had happened was it got seized up when the key was out. This is another pin actually here that I have activated now, but I damaged it when I took it out because it was kind of stuck where it should have been. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. Like, it was stuck in the up position, and down in this guy here, there's like a little valley, so that's why it was kind of mushed over. So I kind of tried to push her back in and tap her back down, and it straightened that up, but it's kind of wrecked the rest of it. So unfortunately, I think I've kind of wrecked this one. I don't know whether I can straighten that out to make it work enough now or not, because I guess these things technically should just slide in nice when you have your key in, and they're all smooth, right? So that one is not performing the way it should yet, although the rest of them are pretty good, because I think that actually should go in a hair bit more yet. So we are, yes, it's not quite there yet. I'm going to work at it for a little bit more, see if I can get that little guy to get straighter and maybe make it work, but I kind of highly doubt it now. I got a little further here. The trouble is, I think I'm still screwed. I'm getting all these, I don't know if you call them pins, those little guys from out the inside of the cylinder, and I don't know if you can see the spring on the table here. That's a spring. It's tiny. I can hardly see it, it's so small. So they go down in these little circly things here. And that's basically all that holds this little keeper guy in here. Kind of like that. Now, my key is still good. Yeah, I'm perfectly good there now, but this last one, I'm having a heck of a time. For some reason, it just does not want to seat in at all. It just does not want to go in there. I want to try to get that little spring out, but holy crap, it's so frickin' tiny. I don't know if I can even fish it out with a one hair wire. Let the rest of them coming out. I don't know if it's just dirty down in here or it's so grimy in there. Like, I'd really like to get all those out to give it a good cleaning, but I'd be afraid I wouldn't get them back right. And then I'd be screwed. So I don't know whether it's worth even trying to go any further with this or not. Like, that's got a little bit of an edge there, so that could be the culprit. I squish it flat again. It's a little better. Boy, these are small. My fingers just have a hard time working small like this now. I like to try it without that spring in there, because that's all that's really holding it. See if I can fish it out here without losing it. Holy jumping, these are tiny. There it comes. Spring. A little bit of dirt down there still, like, what the heck? Seems to fit right there. Because that seemed to be preventing me from putting it back into this guy here. Yeah, it fits in perfectly there now. So if that was locked in there, it would technically lock your guy there because it's not being held in right now. So, you know what? I think I'm probably just going to have to order a new set of these. Unfortunately, that really sucks. But there you go. Frickin' salt working against us again. Man, isn't that awful? Yeah, just I can't do her. Anyways, well, we got most of it fairly clean. We got, you know, these all clean and stuff, but oh, for corn flakes. But anyways, let's just try something here for fun. Trying to remember how all this went back together now. That went in there. Yeah, okay. So I just got to get this pin back in here, this little wee tiny pin. Very, very small little springy clip pin guy there. It was a very tight fit. As you can see, very tight fit. Okay, now I might actually have screwed this too, because I think this thing is the thing that's supposed to hold it in, which is a really weird design. Yeah, that's not going to stay in there now. Must have been some nib there that I broke off too, so these things must only be able to go together once, and then that's it, they're junk after that. So, because this thing, I had to kind of hammer it out. And I don't know how they put those together like that, other than this must have had to come out. Let me think now. They probably had this put in, and then they would have somehow pressed these guys, the locks, into that. Because it doesn't seem to want to stay there now. So, yeah, that doesn't keep it in either, so. Oh well, she's junk, I guess. We got spare parts. So, I guess that's it for today. We couldn't fix that. We'll just have to order a new set. And I'll spray some good stuff into it to keep them from doing that again. Because look at that mess, eh? All that white crap in there is all salt. And this one is so bad it hardly turns now. What a mess. Oh well, thanks again for watching. Too bad we couldn't fix, but I think these things are kind of put together just to kind of be put together once, and that's kind of about it. And then you're in trouble after that. So I'll have to see where I can order these. I did find some, I think it was on eBay for, yeah, they're about 35 bucks. So I presume they're all the same as that one, and should be good. Anyways, sorry I couldn't fix. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later, and have a good day.